What if you could generate an extra $75,000 in just 8 months as an online fitness coach, working less than 4 hours per day without doing Instagram Reels or endless workout videos for content? Well, that's exactly what my client Ashley did using our proven system. And in this video, our client success director, Jeremy at Fitness Business Mentors, is going to show you how we helped her make it all happen.
Hey everybody, I'm here with Ashley. Ashley's been with Fitness Business Mentors for almost the last 8 months. And we're gonna talk a little bit about Ashley's story, some of her experiences, some of the things that she's tried in the past, and where she's been able to turn around and turn her business to a direction that she's excited about with Fitness Business Mentors over the last 8 months. So in those 8 months, to let the cat out of the bag right away, Ashley brought in a little over $75,000 in revenue over the last 8 months and starting with Fitness Business Mentors. So I'd love to work in reverse a little bit, Ashley. Wouldn't mind having you introduce yourself, a little bit about what you were doing leading up to once you came in to join us.
I've been creating content online for a while now and then have branched into coaching about 3 years ago, I would say, and just trying to figure it out on my own. I've worked with other coaches in the past and, learned a little bit from them, but never really resonated with their approach. The last coach I worked with, we were trying to get like Instagram up and running, posting, like reels, workout videos, that sort of thing, Facebook group. And I've never really been a fan of Facebook and Instagram. Obviously they're powerful platforms, but didn't really resonate with me coming from like an academic and writing background. I have a master's degree, like I've done a thesis. Writing is definitely one of my strengths. They never really resonated with me. And then when I saw what you guys were doing with LinkedIn, obviously that's primarily written based content rather than the videos and reels and that sort of thing. That really resonated with me. Yeah, that's where I came in. Found you guys, thought that would probably work a lot better. And it's definitely worked better than the other programs I've done in the past.
I know one of the big things that you were looking to transition away from was having to work with a lot of clients at a lower dollar amount. And you shared coming to the program that you were hitting some months from a financial spot that you were very comfortable with, but the work that it took to work with that many clients to keep up was just not something that was sustainable. Can you touch a little bit about what it was like then and then how that was able to change as you have been able to employ a new method in the last 8 months?
Yeah, so I definitely struggled for a while trying to make like a full-time income with coaching. And then the other programs definitely helped me increase that. But I was charging like sometimes like $100 a month for a client, which seemed cool at the time, but then as I got more clients, it just got hectic. I was working with like over 30 clients at one point, and it was just not my ideal lifestyle. So I was making like a full-time income, but it was just so much work, and not work that I loved. Like it was a lot of just like busy work. I didn't have time to write, and obviously writing something I really enjoy. Coming and working with you guys, like I think we were able to easily like 10x the prices I was charging, probably more, and work with fewer clients, but even like the quality of those clients as well, like the amount of work that the clients I'm getting now take compared to those early ones, like it's just like they're so much easier to work with. They're way more invested. So it makes my life easier in that regard. But yeah, also I have to work with fewer clients to make more money. And I think for me, that was always something I said, like right when I started with you guys, was like, I don't want to be working 12-hour days, 7 days a week. Like some people enjoy that, but that's definitely not what I want to do. I want to work like a few hours a day and then have a ton of freedom. So that's definitely one of the biggest changes that we've been able to make.
That's fantastic. I know from where your prices were, we're in the spot where most of your clients are easily over $1,200 a month. Quite a difference for sure. As you came in, especially since you've worked with other coaches and you've tried this on your own as well, what have been a couple of the key shifts or the lessons or takeaways that you've gotten that have really seemed to make a difference?
I think the biggest thing is just how you position yourself online. So obviously when you're filming workout videos on Instagram, you're attracting a different type of person. If you want to work with those types of people, that's cool. But like, I think for me being like a high level athlete, obviously very driven myself with like a master's degree and everything, like I think just positioning myself and leveraging those sorts of things to attract similar people who are high achievers, they're very successful in their careers, those sorts of things. And obviously those people usually have more money to spend as well. They're more willing to invest in themselves. I think just coming at the marketing approach with that, and same with content, like just how you position your content is so important for attracting that type of person rather than someone who doesn't have much to invest in themselves. It's harder to convince them to work with you and show them the value in that. Whereas the people we're trying to target, like they see the value in investing in themselves and getting healthy. So I think that was definitely a big one, is just positioning. And then like, obviously like just all the little systems, those little tweaks, like what do you say in an outbound message that's going to attract that type of person as well. It's all those like little behind the scenes things that I think have helped. And even with delivery, like we've done a lot with my client delivery where we're like, how can we work with these people who are high achievers, like they're very successful? How can I make my program really attractive to them? I think that was definitely a big one. And then just like the limiting beliefs as well around how much I can charge. And that's still something that we're working on. But I think like every time I come to you and I'm like, I want to charge this much for my program, and you're like, definitely charge more than that. And I think like we're still having it now. I'm like, I want to charge this much. And you're like, you could probably double that and still get clients. So that's something I've come a long way in, but is definitely one of the benefits of working with you guys is like, I think I would have always been like afraid to charge those kinds of prices. And you're like, just do it and see what happens. And then you make a sale and it's like, I never would have made a sale if you hadn't been like, no, put your prices up.
That's something that I think a lot of people struggle with. And I've actually historically struggled with that to an extent as well, is that you just have this belief that what everyone else is doing is what we should be doing. So we set our bar based on what other people are doing. But the truth is like you had mentioned, finding those people that really do value your expertise and the people who are hiring consultants in other areas of your life, what we do is really, really valuable to them, and they're willing to pay those prices for it. And I know that you've had some people that you've charged that you were nervous to charge for, and they were actually expecting it to be even more than that after you're able to work with them as a client.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing too, is like when you do get your positioning right, you're attracting people that if you were to charge $100 a month, they'd be like, no, like that's not valuable enough. It must not be high level. Like these people want the best for themselves because they are so successful. They're high achievers. They want to buy the best program out there. And if it's $100 a month, it can't be the best program out there.
Totally agree. Ashley, is there anything else that you'd like to hit on or share? If someone was sitting in your shoes, right? I know that you did a lot of research figuring out who you wanted to go with as a coach, what direction that you wanted to take. If there's someone that is doing some research and curious about, is this the right route for them? What would you tell someone in your shoes, 8-9 months ago?
Yeah, I think like I always advocate for investing in yourself. Like I said, like I've worked with tons of coaches in the past, and I think it's always worth it. I've always got value from the other coaches as well, obviously. But I think working with you guys, you're doing something that's different than what a lot of the other coaches are doing in terms of like, I haven't seen anyone else like leveraging LinkedIn. And LinkedIn, everyone's saying it's like, this is the platform that's like about to blow up. Like we're early onto LinkedIn. Like I've heard other people in the program say like, this is like a hack that no one else knows about. Like you can, by targeting and positioning yourself in a certain way, you can charge triple what other people are charging. And like, people just don't know. Like it's like a secret that you guys have found. And I think it's worth it. Like you give so much support, it would be impossible to not see results because you've got the blueprint, the step-by-step blueprint that we follow, but just the one-on-one support as well that you just don't get in other programs. It's hard. And like I said, like I think how I've wanted to build my business is different than how other people want to build their business. And you've helped me build it how I want to build it, which is really cool. And I know you don't get that kind of support with other people. Like it's 100% worth it. Like I re-signed with you guys just to keep getting that support. So I did the initial 4 months. It went really well. And then I wanted to like hit the next level. So we did another 4 months. So obviously it was definitely worth it for me.
This is like the launching off spot. It's kind of crazy to think all the changes that you've made within your business. And you did a lot of work on your business before even coming to us. The changes and adjustments and improvements that you've been able to see in just short 8 months is just the stepping stone, just the first step to a lot of good years to come for sure.
Definitely.
I appreciate you sharing a little bit of your story, Ashley, and thank you for your time talking through some of your experiences.